Welcome back to the Highlight Spiel. We're back here with our Week 9 preview show, previewing Week 9 of the college football season for you. Let's start it off with a look at the latest AP poll. So as you can see, not a lot of changes there. Iowa State actually jumped into the top 25 at 25, and they've been impressive this year. Really shocked some people. Looked really good. Maybe the best defense in the Big 12.
Upset Oklahoma.
Yeah, upset Oklahoma. Got TCU this week at home, so we'll see a lot about them this week. But they're really looking impressive, and the Big 12 looking much improved this year. 5 out of their 10 teams ranked. That's 50% of the league there.
Ain't bad at all.
Not bad at all. I'm anxious to see after this week the first initial college football playoff rankings come out following this week. So we'll feature those next week on the show and talk about those a little bit and see where everyone stands on that. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into our Heisman Watch before Week 9. Who do you have as your top 5 Heisman Watch candidates going into Week 9?
First, I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield. He's been at the top probably my whole time we've been doing it. Saquon Barkley at number 2. Mason Rudolph at number 3, Bryce Love at number 4, and your West Virginia faithful Will Greer at number 5.
Wow.
He's had a very impressive year.
He has. I thought about putting him in my top 5. I think going up against Oklahoma State this week, if he has a good game or can get a win there, I could definitely have him up there in my 5. He's right on the cusp for me right now.
Who you got?
Yeah, that being said, I got Jonathan Taylor, the running back at Wisconsin, 5th actually. He's looked really good, 1,112 yards and 11 touchdowns. He scored in every game they played and got them, they're up top 8 in the country, I think top 6 up there. And he's a freshman only doing this, so it's impressive by him. And then 4th, J.T. Barrett at Ohio State, really having a greatly improved year as a passer, looked really good. 3rd, Bryce Love of Stanford. He's been injured the past couple games, but still what he's done has been so impressive. 1,300 yards already on the season and looked amazing. 2nd, Baker Mayfield, the guy that you've had at the top for a while now. Still hasn't passed Barkley to me yet, but having an incredible year. And then number 1, like I said, still Saquon Barkley, the most impressive player in football, and has a chance to showcase that again this week with a big matchup coming up against Ohio State. All right, let's take a look at the weekly pick'em standings and see how we did last week and where we're sitting overall. So as you can see, Fletch finally gained a game on me there. Took my 7-game lead down to 6 as he went a perfect 16-0 in Week 8, and I got though at 15-1 with the USC and Notre Dame game. I thought USC would get it done. I really wasn't sold on Notre Dame, but I guess I'm gonna have to stop doubting Notre Dame. They're dominating in these games like that. But so down to a 6-game lead. I'm sitting at 79-12. He's sitting 73-18. So it's gonna be a tight race down the stretch as we get into some of these bigger games coming up. With that being said, let's get into the weekly pick'em. Number 3, Georgia, going on the road to take on Florida. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Georgia. I don't see Florida doing too much against them.
I think so too. Georgia's been really impressive. I'm going to go with the dog. Number 5, Wisconsin, goes on the road to take on Illinois.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor, as we talked about, really impressive, and I think they'll get it done. And Georgia Tech goes on the road to take on number 7, Clemson.
I'm going to go with the Tigers. I've been down them too much. They always prove me wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a night game, and it's at Clemson, and I think Clemson will get it done easily. Miami, number 8 in the country, going on the road to take on North Carolina, a team that's struggling this year.
I'm going to go with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I think Miami will get it done as well. Hurricanes. Then Texas Tech, and going on the road in a night game to take on number 10, Oklahoma.
I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield.
I think so too. I think they'll get it done in the end, but look out here. Could be a game to watch. Texas Tech, struggled in the past couple weeks, and they maybe have a bounce back game on the road here in the night game. Oklahoma's defense is struggling. Texas Tech's offense could maybe put up some points. Watch out for this one, but I'm going Oklahoma. UCLA goes on the road to take on number 12 Washington. Josh Rosen and them guys started off hot and really cooled off since, but who do you like?
I'm going to go with Washington.
I think so too. I think Jake Browning and that Washington defense and everything will be too much for them, and they'll get it done. Washington. Then Duke goes on the road to take on your boys there, number 13 in the country, Virginia Tech.
I'm going to go with the Hokies, baby.
Yeah, I hate to pick them, but I got to. Virginia Tech's going to get it done. Then number 15, Washington State, going on the road to take on a real hot Arizona team right now who's found their star player in Khalil Tate.
I want to pick Arizona, but I'm going to go with Washington State.
Washington State, and see who's taking, and I'm going to have to agree with him. But like he said, watch out for this one too. There could be an upset brewing there. Khalil Tate's been really special. If he can put on a show and score with Washington State, Arizona might upset some people, but I got to take Washington State. Number 16, Michigan State, going on the road to take on Northwestern.
Michigan State.
Yeah, I think so too. Michigan State gets it done. Then Houston takes on number 17, South Florida.
That's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go with South Florida.
I think South Florida gets it done too. Charlie Strong's looked good there in year one, and I think they keep their winning ways up. Austin Peay going on the road to take on number 18, Central Florida.
Central Florida, most definitely.
Yeah, Central Florida easily. Then number 21, USC, coming off the big loss to Notre Dame, going on the road to take on Arizona State. Could be a trap game here.
Yeah, but I think Sam Darnold going to have a bounce back game, and USC going to win.
I think USC bounces back as well. Then Tulane goes on the road to take on number 24, Memphis.
I like Riley Ferguson and Memphis.
I like Memphis too. They'll get it done. Then let's talk about our games of the week. Got a few games of the week here. Four top 25 matchups this week. Big week for football this week. Started off with number 14, NC State, going on the road to take on number 9 in the country, Notre Dame.
I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
You know, I've doubted Notre Dame, and I think it's time I finally give them their due. I'm going to take them at home in this one as well. I'm going to go Notre Dame too. Then our next one, number 11 in the country, Oklahoma State, comes into Morgantown to take on a hot number 22 West Virginia team with the guy Senior Heisman watch now, Will Greer, really playing great. 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception the past 2 weeks. Looking really good. Who do you like in this one?
The Cowboys.
Think Oklahoma State's going to get it done? Don't be too much?
Yeah, too much Mason Rudolph.
You know, I think Oklahoma State's really got a great offense, one of the best in the country. Right now they have statistically the top passer, top rusher, and top receiver in the Big 12 Conference. It's going to be hard to stop, but I think the game is in Morgantown. The noon kickoff's in West Virginia's favor. It's supposed to rain, and that may help West Virginia slow down that offense a little bit. And I think Will Greer and them guys, Will Greer leads the nation in touchdown passes. David Sills leads the nation in touchdown receptions. I think they can score right with them. And I'm going to have to go with the Mountaineers in an upset in this one, taking West Virginia. And then number 4 in the country, TCU, goes on the road to talk about the team we was talking about earlier, the much improved number 25 in the country, Iowa State.
Well, you know, they got it done against Oklahoma at home, but I just think Kenny Hill too much. I'm going to go with TCU.
I like the pick there. I like the pick.
Who you got?
This is a tough one for me. I really like Iowa State. I think they have the best defense in the Big 12, playing at home. But I don't think they're going to shock people anymore either. I think TCU's going to have a good game plan, and I'm gonna against my better judgment, I'm going to go with TCU as well. But watch out for Iowa State. They've upset some people there at home, and this isn't a team that's shocking people anymore. This is a tough team.
Mm-hmm.
And then the biggest game of the week, College Game Day, going to be there in Ohio State, as number 2 Penn State will take on number 6 in the country, Ohio State.
I'm going to go with Penn State. Too much Saquon Barkley in them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I think JT Barrett's looked improved, and like what we was talking about earlier, I've got him in my Heisman watch, and I think he may impress in this one and look better than he did earlier in the season against Oklahoma. But Saquon Barkley, like you said, he's going to make some big plays. He's going to be too much. Him and McSorley and those guys in that Penn State defense will hold up, and Penn State will win another big one, and Saquon Barkley will boost that campaign. Let's talk about upset alert. What team are you putting on upset alert in Week 9?
I'm going to put on Washington State. You know, like you said, Arizona finally got their quarterback, finally got them rolling. Could be an upset right there. So I'm going to go with them.
I like it. As for me, I'm going to have to go with number 4 in TCU. I talked about it a little bit earlier. Iowa State, you know, playing the best defense in the Big 12, held Texas Tech to only 86 total yards in the first half last game. We saw what they did to Oklahoma. Texas Tech's quarterback also only had 16 yards passing in the first half. So this is a tough defense that can shut down the TCU offense, and I think it depends on if their offense can make some plays like they have so far this season and continue to make big plays. And they could definitely upset TCU, though, so I got number 4 TCU on upset alert. Let's talk about your X Factor of the week.
I'm going to go with West Virginia's quarterback, Will Grier. I mean, if they want to beat Oklahoma State, he's got to have a big game, and they got to put up points.
I think so, too. I agree with that.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with West Virginia as well, but I'm going to go flip to the other side and say their defense has to be the X factor in this one. With the offense, like you said, is going to score, I think, put up yards. They have in every game this season. And so that's going to be a given, but it depends on the defense. Can they stop Mason Rudolph and Justice Hill, James Washington, Marcel Aitman, Jalen McCleskey, and those guys? Can they get enough stops? Maybe the key, I think, maybe holding them to field goals. If you can get them down there, bend but don't break, hold them to field goals, and you get touchdowns, I think you come out and win this game. But West Virginia's defense is going to have to be the X factor for them to get the win in this one. And then let's talk about boosting the Heisman campaign. Which candidate do you have as your that can help themselves the most this week in Week 9?
I'm gonna have to go with I want to go with Will Grier or Mason Rudolph, but I'm gonna go with Mason Rudolph. If he puts up big numbers against West Virginia in a top 25 matchup, I think he could boost his campaign real well.
Yeah, he needs to have a statement game. Both of those guys do, really.
Well, what about you?
As for me, it seems like he's my pick every week, but he's playing big games and he's having big performances. So I'm going to go Saquon Barkley again. I think that, playing number 6 in the country on the road, if he can have a big game, he's going to boost his campaign and separate himself even further than he already has this season in the big games that he's played. He's been the best player in every game, and I think that continues the trend this week, and he'll really boost his campaign. Well, that'll wrap us up on the Highlight Spiel with our Week 9 preview show. Thank you for watching. I'm Jordan.
I'm Fletch.
We'll see you guys next time.
Check out the pilot episode of Unlawful Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, don't forget to check that out. It's really funny.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.